Okay, welcome back. My Let's Play of Arkham Horror, the card game, on Tabletop Simulator, as we continue on to the end of the Dunwich Legacy. There's been some ups and downs here. We haven't, it hasn't just been a easy mode, clean sweep through, but it hasn't been... well, okay, I mean, this right here, this isn't great. I'll admit, it's not great. But we must look to the future, not to the past. We're going to be heading on to where doom awaits. Scenario 6. You awaken to the sound of screeching. Fearing the worst, you grab your equipment and head out into the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air, an awful, pungent smell that can scarcely be described, and a heaviness to the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint glow emanates from a hilltop above the village. You know of this hill from both your interactions with Zebulon and Armitage's records. It is called Sentinel Hill. The tales speak of satanic rites being performed there. Rites in which great ritual pyres light up the night sky while the ground rumbles furiously below. Flocks of whippoorwills perch on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb inside Zebulon's old and beat-up truck. As you drive toward Sentinel Hill, more screeching fills the sky with an awful pitch that is painful to your ears. Everything you have read about and experienced in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with what Armitage and his colleagues prevented several months back, it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yog-Sothoth. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom, not only Dunwich, but for the entire world. I don't think Naomi has the investigators back. I don't remember writing that down, so that's good. Alright, here. Where doom awaits. We begin play at base of the hill. No, base of the hill is not... oh, base of the hill. Right. Okay, hold on. Remove one copy of Diverging Path, set the other 3 copies aside. Altered Path, okay. Right, so... remove these from the game. Right. Add following token to the bag. I'm -5. Jesus. Yummy. Okay. The investigators failed to recover the Necronomicon, or if it's stolen. No. So neither of those are true. So we use Act 2 Ascending the Hill version 3. Act 2 Ascending the Hill version 3. Okay. For each brood of Yog-Sothoth that escaped into the wild, add 1 doom. Okay, that's only 1. No. Oh, Silas Bishop. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Yeah, we really just didn't encounter anything of probably what we should have. Must have been in the, in this, yeah, this one. Where I didn't do shit. Yeah. Okay. I think that's pretty much what it is. So I don't know if I put the hideous abominations in play. I don't think so. I think you only get that involved if you put Silas Bishop out of his misery, which I didn't. So. Okay. I guess that's it. Not a whole lot to say. I mean, there's 44 cards in this encounter deck, so it's pretty thick. Alrighty. Calling forth the old ones. As you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear ancient Latin rites bellowed across the night. The time for action has come. If you cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich, who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world. Path to the hill. A vibrant arcane energy fills the air with a bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you and seeps down several other paths before disappearing. Alright. We need 2 clues. What I don't understand is why I put 3 clues on this card. I really don't think it should have, and I don't know what triggered that. There shouldn't be 3 clues there. You can investigate here, however, against the Shroud of 3, and if you succeed, you put a random set-aside diverging path into play. But this location's also connected to the ascending path. Oh, but this is blocked off. So this should really be this. Okay. Alright, we're fine. Let's get our cards. We're starting with 2 damage on us, which is great. Very lovely stuff. Probably should start with Lucky Coat then. Let's ditch this. Ditch this. Ditch Francis Morgan. Hope for the best. Fuck. Alright, that's pretty shit. That is pretty shit. Alright. First action, let's just slap down the coat. Let's just get that out of the way. Second action. We're gonna use Duke to investigate this location. Oh, I start with $5. Right. Use Duke to investigate this location. That's a 4 against a 3. Let's play resourceful. 5-3. -5. Lovely. Let's just do a 2 against 3 then. You never know. Hey, look at that. It worked. Alright, so we get to put 1 diverging path into play. Alright. Okay, that was my turn. So that was exciting. Get a resource, get a card. St. Hubert's Key. Alright, that's something. It's not that's something. We get another Doom. The Doom for here is 12. So we got a ways to we got quite a few turns. Beyond the Veil. Great. I was like that in my thing, and it has Surge. And we have a Thrall. Location with the most clues. Technically, that's an utter tie. So I can put them anywhere. Let's just put them on our location. We'll just deal with them, I guess. Alright, let's have Duke eat them. That's a 4 versus a 2. That is a success. He did. Then let's play St. Hubert's Key. 4. And then let's just move. Not very exciting. After you reveal the Eerie Glade, discard the top 2 cards of your deck for each action you have remaining. Well, I have 0 actions remaining, so eat my shorts. Vicious Blow. Okay, another Doom. So you can see, like, you add 1 Doom for every brood that escaped, which means that if you had done really well on saving everybody from being sacrificed, you would have had a lot of brood to deal with. And then if you fucked up during that mission, this one would be pretty tough. You could start with 5 or 6 Doom on there. So all in all, you know, it's sort of a balancing measure, I guess. They don't just keep piling on more and more shit if you're doing poorly. But they, in a way they do, but not entirely. Okay, so encounter card. Praised Shoggoth spawns at the nearest altered location. Well, that's a good question. Thank you for asking. I'm sure someone else has asked this. Ah. Wow. That's great. So this has to spawn at the nearest altered location. If it doesn't have a legal spawn point because none of those locations are in play, it gets discarded. And you don't redraw to replace it. So effectively I had no encounter card that turn. That helps a lot. Because dealing with that crazed Shoggoth would have been pretty shitty. 6 health. Yeah. When it attacks, if it would defeat an investigator, that investigator is instead killed. Yeah, there's a difference between being defeated and killed. Killed, you're done. You're just out. You're done. I think that also just ends the campaign if someone's killed, but I don't know for sure. It would end our campaign, that's for sure. All right. We have 1 clue here. And number is 4. We have a 5. We do have lucky, I guess. Oh boy. All right, I guess Duke. 5 versus 4. It is a success. Yummy. Then we'll move back here. I suppose I'll investigate again. 3 versus 3. That's a failure. Good lucky that, but I don't know if that's the best use of my cards. Oh, now we have 2 luckies. Maybe I should have. Doom goes to 4. Another encounter card. Visions of Future Past. Willpower 5 for each point you fail by. Discard the top card of your deck. Alright, well, we got 5, so let's just see. Ugh. Well, there go 5 cards. Francis Morgan, Guiding Spirit, Magnifying Glass, Fire Axe, and Akina, my upgraded Akina. I could resourceful to get that back. Which is probably a good idea. Yeah, okay. Okay, investigate with Duke for a 5 versus 3. That's a success, so we get another diverging path. Alright, second action, let's move to the slaughtered woods. After you reveal this, take 2 horror if you have no actions remaining. I actually do have an action remaining, so wow, this is working out. And there's 1 coup there, Shroud of 2, so let's just do 3 versus 2. Big fail. Actually, I could lucky that. Bring it up to 2. Yeah, why not? Why not? See, because you can also resourceful lucky back into your hand, which is pretty good as well, but I don't have any allies, so probably go for Akina. Alright, so I got that clue. And now we immediately spend the 2. Yep. Immediately spend those 2. During your search through the wooded paths around the base of Sentinel Hill, you come across a startling sight. A herd of sheep lays dead upon the ground in a secluded clearing, their bloodied carcasses placed in a strange but careful pattern. Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over mangled sheep on your way to the center of the odd formation. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A clear jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. Diablo! His eyes are wide, his face contorted in a vision of fear, as if beseeching you for mercy. Though you know better, you check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves, and the wood around you seems to clear. Reveal the ascending path. Again, I don't know why they're doing that. Alright, so same thing. Now we can investigate here to reveal the altered paths. As you ascend the hill, the environment around you grows increasingly strange and otherworldly. The arcane energy feels even stronger here, crackling in the air and crawling on your skin. Alright, so when we enter Sentinel Peak, we can advance. We can't enter the peak without spending 2 clues. So, same thing, basically. Okay, that was my turn. So, we get a resource, get a card. Racked by nightmares. Assets you control cannot ready. Great. It's a Doom. That's an encounter card. Ancient Evils, place 1 Doom. Okay, that's ticking up again. Pretty short turn, I think. We're just going to move and then spend 2 actions to get rid of Racked by Nightmares. Taking another resource and card. Calling in favors. Another Doom, up to 7 now. Vortex of Time. Each investigator at Sentinel Hill location tests Willpower 4. If you fail, you take 2 damage. Well, of course, all of them are Sentinel Hill location. Oh no, these can be the woods. So no, okay, we do have to test. 5 against 4. We succeed. Get fucked. Alright, Duke, readied, of course. We're going to move and investigate with old Duke. 5 against 3. That's a success, so let's put one of these into play. Alright, then I'll move. Lost Memories. After you reveal Lost Memories, take 1 horror for each action you have remaining. Alright, so here I actually do have to take a horror. Or rather, Duke has to take a horror. Sorry, Duke. Alright, Shroud of 2 only, so let's do 3. No, let's play resourceful, so 4 against 2. Success. So I'm gonna take, whoops. I'm gonna take Akina into hand. I get the clue, and that's my turn. Get a resource. Oh, Fire Axe, very nice. Doom goes up to 8. Ticking up there. Visions of Future Past. 5 against 5. Alright, discard 2 cards. Hypochondria got discarded, but also Dark Horse. Oh, no, Dark Horse. No. I have another copy in the deck, but, you know, could be in the bottom. And discarding cards isn't good due to Beyond the Veil. So let's just try and hurry this along. I'll play Akina, which costs 4. So she can soak up some sanity, and she can redirect enemies' attacks back on themselves, which is great. Then I'm going to move and investigate with Duke. So that's 5 against 3. What is that? Reveal another token. Cancel the effects and icons of each skill card committed. Okay. -3. That would be a fail. Let's play Lucky. Which, this is the upgraded one, so I succeed and I draw a card. Okay. So we put in another location. Played Akina and search. Okay, so I can move. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck if you have no actions remaining. Oh, lovely. That's great. That's fantastic. 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 cards left. I can't choose not to draw, unfortunately. This isn't Netrunner. So it is what it is. Alright, that was the turn, so I'll take a resource, take a card. Great. Doom goes up to 9. Another encounter card. Right Howl. Discard the top 3 cards of each investigator's deck. Fuck me. If you're at an altered location, shuffle each weakness in your discard pile back into your deck. We're definitely at an altered location. So, 3 more cards. Here goes the other Dark Horse. And now I'm putting in both my weaknesses back into my deck, which is pretty shit. So now 2 of my 7 cards here are weaknesses. Pretty bad. Hopefully we're not too far off from winning here. We've been very fortunate with enemies, at the very least. Okay. I'm going to investigate with Duke. This is going to be a 5 versus a 2. Fuck, what is that? Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. X is the total printed cost. Great. That's 1. That's 0. Alright, ditching that, though, is pretty good. So, that's -1. We succeeded. We got the clue. Then I'm just going to move, and then move. Ditching the 2 clues. We made it to the peak. Oh my god. Advance. Approaching the peak of Sentinel Hill, you are confronted by several citizens of Dunwich. The man in the center of their circle is desperately trying to complete a Latin incantation. "It's not working, Seth!" One of the other men cries out. "What are we gonna do?" The man in the center stops his chant and pulls out a cobbler's knife. "The father demands a blood sacrifice," he declares, and his face twists into a crazed expression. Before you can react, he slits his left wrist with the knife, dropping to his knees in agony. The headstone of the altar behind him splits open. A torrent of energy pours out of the stone, coalescing into the form of an open gate. Seth holds onto the stone in front of him to prevent himself from being sucked into the gate, but several of the others are startled and pulled through it. You barely manage to dig your heels in and grab hold of a nearby rock in time to resist the pull of the gate. Seth rises, wounded but alive. An expression of pride spreads across his pained face. Alright, so Seth goes into play with 1 damage on him. Bip. Let's look at Seth here. He's got Retaliate, does 1 damage, 1 horror. He's got 3 health only, and he already has a damage on him. He does have 5 fight, so he's a little harder to hit. But if we do hit him... Yeah. Okay. And we need to spend 2 clues in order to presumably win. From the ruins of the headstone on the altar at the hill's peak, a gateway of churning, vibrant energy has appeared. A force like a hurricane erupts from the gate, bending trees and pulling debris into it. The howling of the gale drowns out all other sound. Somehow, you must find a way to close the gate. Alright, this is gonna get a little dicey here. So Seth definitely engages with us. We take a damage and a horror, so we can put... Oh no! Fuck you, Akina. It actually doesn't even matter. It might... it doesn't really matter. It might matter. If I miss and he retaliates, I can then turn it back on him again. So we put a horror on Akina as part of her effect, her exhaust effect. Then I deal a he does 1 damage, 1 horror. So we do the 1 damage back to him. But I still have to take the horror, so we'll just put that on Duke. Okay. So now, honestly, whether I hit him or whether I miss, he's dead. Which is pretty great. Okay, but my turn ends, so I get a resource and a card. Paranoia, discard all your resources. Not great, but I think we're fine. I think we're fine either way. Okay. Doom goes to 10. Encounter card. Right Towel, discard the top 3 cards of each investigator's deck. Fuck me. That's really pulling it pretty close. I don't think we're at an altered look. No, we're not. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay. Last card's not a weakness. But as soon as we draw the card, we're going to take 10 damage. Which... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, I'll die no matter what. So at the end of this turn, I die. I'm defeated. And I win in 1 turn. Oh. I drew a hex card, so I'm supposed to take a damage. Fine, I don't care. Possibly. Possibly. I'd have to get lucky with Duke. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to first investigate with Duke, which is going to trigger the Seth Bishop to attack me as an attack of opportunity. So we're going to put a horror on Akina in order to activate her effect. And I'll take the other horror from his attack. So his damage gets redirected to him, and he dies. So that's... yeah, Akina. Pretty sweet. So that's good. And now our investigate action goes through as our first action of the turn. I do have desperate search, but I don't think it's quite necessary yet. Let's dump calling in favors. So this is a 6 versus 4. Fuck me. Okay. Fine. Let's dump Fire Axe to refresh him. Investigate again. 5 versus 4. Fuck. Alright, that's the end of it. Shit. Yeah, nothing I can do. Damn it. So fucking close. So fucking... those discards. God. And all... If I hadn't drawn this card, I'd be perfectly fine. I don't need any more cards. I just need another turn. Fuck. That sucks. So close. I really did well there, but those discards just hammered my butthole. Alright, I got defeated. The poorly bound tome appears to be the written records of old Whately, the man who taught... What? Oh, no, okay. No, we were each defeated or resigned, so resolution 2. The sorcerers from Dunwich, seeking arcane power from beyond this realm, have accomplished what Wilbur and old Whately could not. Through blood sacrifice and indescribable experiments, the dark power the sorcerers sought is now within their reach. However, they will never get the chance to truly wield this power. In beseeching Wilbur's father for knowledge, they've drawn the creature forth from its extra-dimensional realm. Yog-Sothoth emerges from the open rift above Sentinel Hill, blotting out the sky and enveloping the world. Now it has come to Earth, and it rules where humanity once tread. Okay, in your campaign log, record that Yog-Sothoth tore apart the barrier between worlds and became one with all reality. Each investigator is driven insane, and you lose the campaign. So you do not get to progress to Lost in Time and Space. And to be quite honest, I don't know if I've ever seen this scenario. I own it. I definitely own it. And I've done this where Doom awaits multiple times. I don't think I've ever beaten it. This is probably the closest I ever came. Because let me just see. That would have been... Okay, I probably would have played Desperate Search, so I probably would have gotten one clue, but yeah. That's about as close as I've come. It's crazy. Fucking Beyond the Veil. If it wasn't for this... Ugh. $10 damage. I mean, there's nothing that I could do to survive that. The only way I would have survived is if I would have gotten here with no physical trauma. Then I could have taken 2, 4, 5, and I would have had 1 health left. That would have been the only way, but 10 damage is insane. Yeah. Alright, well that's Dunwich Legacy. I'm sorry I couldn't show you the actual conclusion, but I've honestly never seen it myself. It's frustrating because now, you know, to go again, you have to start back at extracurricular activity. You got to go all the way through again, and that's time consuming. I mean, that's hours just to try to get to this Lost in Time and Space. Not that it's like bad, but yeah, it's a little demoralizing to get to this point, fail, and then start up right away back at the start again. So that's why it's nice to have multiple campaigns and stuff. Because then it's like, okay, you know, I want to do Dynasty Legacy again, but let's first try Path to Carcosa, you know, or the Circle Undone, or one of the other, one of the side missions. Some of these are legitimate. Yeah, this one, like Guardians of the Bit, that's an official one. Which one? Carnival of Horrors. That one I own. So this, you must spend 3 XP each to play this side mission. So you can slot this into a campaign if you want. You could also just do it as a standalone, thing. If I recall this and delete all this. Yeah, this one I remember being really difficult as well. I don't think we ever beat this one. Where basically you're just like, there's a big circle of locations that keeps, and it's a carnival, and it's so you're forced to continue going in a circle. I think like every turn you have to move, I believe. And you're trying to find these, there's masked carnival goers, and you're trying to unmask them to find a specific person. Again, it's just like, it's such a cool game with so much variety in what they do with each scenario. It always feels, you know, I don't know, it's really the best Cthulhu Mythos game as far as like, you know, the more pulpy kind of Cthulhu Mythos stuff. which I guess is pretty much every Cthulhu Mythos game. So yeah, Ashcan Pete, he put up a good fight. We can't fault him. He tried his best. But you'll notice those scenarios I failed, pretty much it's because I didn't have Dark Horse to start. Maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe it's not. But what other decks are there that's good? Let's look. Let me just look. Good solo decks. Here's a Daisy Walker solo deck with 750 likes. This was put out 4 years ago. So this is very base game stuff. Which makes sense. The base game stuff is more likely to be popular. Oh, but here, this is a good one. Wow, this is a really extensively put together, like, explanation for every choice they made with this deck. This is crazy. I've never seen someone put this much work into, like, a deck list post. Holy shit. Damn. So this is the deck using Sophia Rousseau. Sophia Rousseau. Which... yeah, there she is. The Painter. When you would draw your opening hand, draw 13 cards instead. Choose up to 5 events to place beneath this card. Keep 8 as your opening hand. Cannot mulligan. Choose an event beneath this card and draw it as an action. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Ooh. Interesting. So she's always got just a stack of... oh yeah. This deck has 20 events in it. Only 5 health. But they really... this deck list really put a lot of spells in. Okay, she can use Mystic cards up to level 2. It's pretty good. So... damn, I kind of want to play this deck. So this deck is, I guess, was principally designed as a co-op one. It does have tips for solo play and says it's 100% solo viable. Other than putting in some painkillers afterwards to help with her low health. But it's apparently good with Roland Banks as a co-op deck. Very interesting. How many videos have I made of this? It has to have been a handful. Gosh. This is the 8th video now. That's quite a handful. I don't know. I wanna, yeah, I wanna keep going. I wanna keep going. I'd like to show you Path to Carcosa, because that's a really, like, evocative one that I've played a couple times. I don't know if I've ever beaten that one either. It gets tough. Yeah, it definitely gets very tough. But, yeah. Hey, Norman Withers. Extra Drake, Silas Marsh, very nice. Oh boy, it's just I'm recording so much shit. Like, when you record more than you upload, you know, it really just is like, what are you doing? But that's the thing, it's like, if I just sat here by myself and played, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. You know? It wouldn't be quite the same experience. I kind of need to record. I mean, I don't technically need to upload it, I suppose, but it feels like, well, if you record it, you might as well. Alright, I guess I'll record some more. You know, worst comes to worst, I'll just dump it all on the channel at some point, just upload like 20 videos in one day and say, there you go, it's there. But yeah, I want to keep going now. I want to play with some other decks and do Path to Carcosa. That's a really fun campaign. Maybe we'll try it two-handed. Maybe we'll try with two characters and show you how that goes. Alright, but for now, I'm going to leave it off here with a shorter video before we start anything. So, yeah. That's part of why I have 8 videos of this game, is because I've been doing shorter videos. But alright. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Arkham, the card game. See you fine folks in the next part.